Okay, I'm gonna say that we're live. I know it's late. Um, hey, James McGill knows we're live. There we go. 37 seconds in. Wow, I've been sitting here a while waiting for somebody to come in here and say hello. What's up, Enoch? We got James. We got Enoch. What's up, guys? Hey, I was just watching H.A. Goodman, who's live right now. Oh my God, man. He's got fucking 3,000 people watching him, guys. He's just sitting there lying to them all, and they're all agreeing with him. Trump's moment will come. Trump will get what is rightfully his. We have to stop the steal. The Dems are stealing it. They're live right now. I had to shut it off because H.A. Goodman said that he couldn't decide if Sammy Hagar Van Halen was equal to Van Halen with David Lee Roth, and my fucking brain melted out of my skull and I had to leave. I'm like, dude, you have a problem with that question? Really? Wow, man. I mean, you couldn't just say, yeah, the David Lee Roth version of Van Halen was the best. Of course. What did they do with Sammy Hagar that was memorable? Are you fucking kidding me? God, he's an idiot. He had me. I was listening until he went there, and then he started struggling with that question, and I said, I need to leave. How can you even stutter on that question? How can you even look? If there's anybody out here who thinks that the fucking Sammy Hagar version of Van Halen was better than the David Lee Roth version of Van Halen, you need to get the fuck out of my live stream right now. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna just say hello to everybody. You need to fucking leave. If you think that fucking Sammy Hagar did a better job than fucking David Lee Roth, and you think the songs were better with fucking Sammy Hagar than with David Lee Roth, you need to fucking leave right now. We've got a serious problem. All right? We've got a serious problem, and you need to fucking leave my goddamn live stream. You've got a problem with reality, just like H.A. Goodman does, and that proves it. That proves it. I mean, I know he says that Trump won the election. I know he says that Biden didn't win the election. I understand that. I can deal with that. But I can't deal with anybody getting on their goddamn podcast in front of 3,000 people and struggling with the question of whether or not the David Lee Roth version of Van Halen was better than the fucking Sammy Hagar version of it. Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus fuck! Layla, what's up? Robert Jinman, yo, what's up? Steve, Megsy, Evan, is he really? It's apples and oranges. Right? Fuck no, David Lee Roth. Right? Nobody's going to come in here and argue this with me. Nobody's going to come in here and argue this with me. Even Jinman. Even Jinman, Mr. Subversive himself. The original is always the best. Goddamn right. What the fuck does H.A. Goodman think he's doing over there, man? I was fine. I was fine listening to the rhetoric. I was fine listening to the narrative. I was fine with the lies and the delusion. I was. But you can't get deluded so much that you falter on the question of whether or not the version with Sammy Lee Hagar of Van Halen is better than the version of fucking David Lee Roth. That's not even a question. There's no question there. And the idiot that asked him that, oh my God, you needed to get somebody's opinion on that. Number one. But number two, thank you for exposing H.A. Goodman for the confused little girl that he is. And I'm sorry for all the little girls out there. But Jesus fucking Christ, what a confused little girl. My goodness. And that's not a sexist statement. It's one of my friend's bands back in Orlando, Confused Little Girl. They would know which version of Van Halen was better. Anybody else? Nobody's going to try to say that shit, are you? Goddamn right. Because you know it's a fact. Unchained. You had Eruption. He didn't write Eruption when Sammy Hagar was in the band. Running with the Devil. The entire fucking album, Diver Down. Are you kidding me? Dancing in the Street? Are you fucking kidding me? The entire fucking album, Mean Street. Are you fucking kidding me? The song Mean Street. Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus fucking Christ. Sammy Hagar has his place in rock and roll. Okay, I Can't Drive 55. Great fucking song. You know, when Sammy Hagar did 1, 2, 3 Lockbox, he was at the top of his game. That was, it never got, there is no Van Halen song that was performed with Sammy Hagar that beats 1, 2, 3 Lockbox. You're not going to do it. So, you know, I understand he came in, he had a job to do, and he came, he did the job, and he did a great job. Great. It wasn't fucking Van Halen with David Lee Roth. It never will be Van Halen with David Lee Roth. Okay? That was a thing. It already happened. It never happened again. You know, how do people struggle with that question? Panama, Ain't Talking About Love. Great fucking songs. Great songs. Memorable songs with titles you don't forget. You know, Van Halen wasn't talking about love. They made it damn clear. Hey, man, we're talking about sex. We're not talking about love. Anyway, I don't know what happened to H.A. Goodman, man. You know, I know it's bad enough that he thinks Donald Trump won the election. And you guys want to hear a little bit of it? Just, I mean, let's tune in live just so you can hear a little bit of it because it's so fucking funny. He's so funny. You guys will let's get high and watch H.A. Goodman for a few minutes. Not too long. But he's got 1,700 people watching his live stream, and I've got 23. The Liar has 1,700. Will you guys please fucking help me out?
Thank you so very, very much.
And get me some more people? Jesus fucking Christ. He's got 1,700 people.
Thank you so very, very much.
And I've got 23. The Liar, the guy that lies to his audience, has 1,700 viewers.
I agree with you. That is a fantastic profile, by the way. That is a.
Let's send him a super chat
Yeah.
about Van Halen.
You know, every once in a while you find a way to just stick it to the algorithm. And Freddie the Fake Ballot, I love what you've done. Just from not necessarily from an aesthetic standpoint, but from a sticking it to the man standpoint, it's fantastic. Freddie the Fake Ballad, I agree with you. In Australia, yes. I knew an Aussie would do that, which is fantastic. Love my Australian crew is amazing. Find problems in Georgia, it will change everything. Exactly. Freddie the Fake Ballad, thank you.
Oh, what did I just do? Dude, I was writing a fucking super chat and it disappeared.
If you
dude,
put the information down, not the URL, I think that people will be able to go to it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm running out of steam.
No!
I just want to thank you.
Oh, he's fucking
thank
leaving.
You for being on this journey with me.
I was just gonna super chat him.
Because it's pretty awesome. And it's going places that I never thought, positive places I never thought, President Trump could do, or could go. Pretty soon you'll be getting, it's funny too because I'm feeling like, it's funny too because I've gotten a sense in the force from people that perhaps, didn't want to even
see if I can get the super chat to go through quick enough.
People that I know, because they're like, nothing to worry about anymore.
Message not sent.
Nothing to worry about. Oh, hi, Batman. How are you?
Message not
you
sent.
You like the Trump, he's gone now. We can talk now. It's fine. That's it. It's moving towards.
I'll try to send it again. I wish he was staying on, man. He says he's leaving.
Could you imagine the absolute media meltdown? And guess what? Want to know a dirty little secret that nobody's going to tell you? Or
message not sent.
Observation. How lucrative do you think
it won't let me fucking super chat him?
In media in general, how lucrative do you think?
Can you believe this?
To prop up.
I can't believe I get so angry. I'm trying to send him $20 and YouTube stops me. I have to keep switching channels until I can find a channel that I can chat with.
We stole from him. Could you imagine? So all of those people who are like super happy now. What, why, and whose? Hello. In Australia. Love that profile. What, why, and whose? Hello. What, why, and whose? Hello. Thank you so very much to my Australian crew. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Christina. Christina.
Here goes my super chat.
Keep up the fight, HA. Last night pronounced Holshoe. Christina Holshoe. Christina Holshoe, thank you.
Nays Garden!
Very much.
Nays
Christina.
Garden!
Greatly appreciated. And it is just a pleasure and an honor to be with you, Christina, and everybody here going through all of this.
Cyber style, no
madness.
law regarding cannabis. Cannabis isn't just for all. Cheers, everybody.
And every single day, Christina, every single day there's a victory, a monumental victory, a monumental victory that takes place. And Christina, it's slowly but surely happening. Thank you so very much. Nays Garden, Christina, thank you. Nays Garden, struggling with Ross. If anybody would know metal and rock and roll, Hunter by Nays Garden. If anybody knows rock and roll, Christina and everybody here, if anybody knows rock and roll, it's Nays Garden. And I have to email you to find a date to get on your show. Struggling with Roth versus Hagar made me lose all respect.
Maybe you lose all respect for you.
Roth. Well, that's what I told you. That's what I said. Roth all day. Didn't I say that?
You struggled.
When are you coming to the garden?
You struggled.
I have to check the email because
Then I guess he decided Roth. I shut it off because he was struggling. He must have ended up with Roth. I love it.
Subscribe to the newsletter. I'll be starting the newsletter. Once I start the newsletter, every single day, like multiple times a day. That's what I'm talking about. I'll be checking the that email. So, but the newsletter is going to start, I think, hopefully about the beginning of next week. But yeah, Nays Garden would love to.
Let's do it tomorrow.
Maybe late next week.
Okay, sounds great. Let's have H.A. Goodman on.
I mean, if you're
he's worried.
Free at about 4 p.m. Pacific.
Yes. 4
p.m. Pacific next week.
4 p.m. Pacific is fine.
Sold out. Thank you. How about like 4 p.m. Pacific sometime next week? Late next week, if that's possible. But I have to email you, and we will we'll hash that out. Thank you, Nays Garden. And I ended up with, see, great minds think alike. I guess I just had to think a little bit. Sammy Hagar's good. I don't know why.
Fuck Sammy Hagar.
He gets a,
Fuck Sammy Hagar.
Anyway, give me your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you all. Nays Garden, Christina, everybody here. Thank you so very, very, very much. People, HBC, hello. Thank you so very, very much. And Nays, let's find that time. Christina, thank you. Everybody here, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. I mean, check, ladies and gentlemen, check this channel every couple of hours because my God, Trump is coming back in a very, very genuine and real and realistic manner.
Genuine. Oh God, yeah.
Nays Garden, 4 p.m. is perfect any day you name it. Thursday. Yeah, I mean Thursday or Wednesday of next week.
That's fine. Great. We're gonna do it.
Nays Garden, thank you so much. You don't have to. Thank you so much, Nays Garden. Yeah, I'm going to email you, if not tonight, then tomorrow.
Okay.
No, I'll email you almost certainly later tonight. Later, I guess tomorrow morning. Email me again, Nays Garden, at contactgoodman78@gmail.com.
I will. I've got your
Okay,
email.
I have your email, but just email it me again just to make sure. I already have your email, so I'll respond to that original one.
Hell yeah.
Email me again at contactgoodman78@gmail.com, and we'll rock. It will be a pleasure for me to rock the live stream, talk about rock and roll, and a whole bunch of things.
Yes.
Nays Garden,
Yes.
thank you so very much. Thank you, Nays Garden. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Lisa Compton. HH, come through strong. Keep Keep the faith, young man. Thank you, Lisa Compton.
Thanks,
Thank you
Megsy.
so very,
Thank you, Megsy.
very much. Greatly appreciated, Lisa. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless. To my super chat, thank you, Nays, Lisa, Christina. Thank you so very, very much. I'll see you all tomorrow. Be here at 9 p.m. every evening for the live stream. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Now, this channel. I don't know if this channel is live. I don't know if I broadcasted this channel. Yeah, it's on another channel. Shit. Dude, really? I gotta figure out which channel I'm live on. Um... We're going to bring some of H.A. Goodman's people in here. What is that? What's that? Is that a link to my video, bro? Sounds like a great garden. I wish I could switch accounts, but the chat shuts off after a while, and I don't think you get back in if I switch accounts. It looks like somebody found us, so I want to say welcome. If you are an H.A. Goodman fan, I am an H.A. Goodman fan. So we have that in common. Realize that. You're going to notice a lot of differences between me and H.A. Goodman, though. I've been watching H.A. Goodman. Okay, you ready? I've been watching H.A. Goodman since probably 2013. So that's how long I've been an H.A. Goodman fan, at least. Probably 2013, maybe 2014. Whenever he got on YouTube, he was pretty new. And I was like, man, I really like what this guy has to say. Crescent, we chatted on H.A. Goodman's channel. Yeah, we did. We did. I remember. Can't wait for Christmas, says Hera von Clausen. So, in all fairness to my H.A. Goodman fan friends, I need to let you guys know where I stand politically is not where H.A. Goodman stands. So when you come in here, you're going to a different perspective, and he knows that. And because he knows that I came from his Bernie Sanders time. So you guys understand that and know that I'm friends with him. You know, I consider him a personal friend, and I consider all of his audience members personal friends too. And we might disagree on stuff politically, but I want you to know we'll still have a lot of fun and we can still be friends. And I promise not to grow on you too much. But, you know, just understand that, you know, going in and, you know, I try to respect all political points of view. You can ask my audience. You know, I try to do that. But my whole thing is I'm really fact-based. I'm all about facts. And this isn't an opinion thing. H.A. Goodman does more opinion and I do more facts. And there's a big difference. So When we come in, we do that. We probably won't discuss so much what we're discussing on H.A. Goodman here. And we won't really butt heads. We'll have a good time. We'll get high and watch old H.A. Goodman videos. We were just watching H.A. Goodman, actually. I made a whole joke on H.A. Goodman about the David Lee Roth, Sammy Hagar thing. I literally turned off his show because I got upset because he struggled with the question on whether it was David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar, and I got all mad. I was like, oh my God, I fucking turned it off, and I went live, and it was the funniest joke at the beginning of this video. Dude, you want to see something funny? Tune into the beginning of this video. If you can rewind it or if you can go back and watch it after I upload it, go watch it from the beginning and you will laugh your asses off. Have I heard of Styx Hennick's Hammer? Don't always agree, but he's a good man. No, I don't know who that is. But now I've heard of him because of you. That's how it works, right? Now I've heard of him. On the Abraham Alvarez. Hey, Nick, congratulations on the H.A. Goodman interview. It's H.A. and thank you, Abraham. Thank you so much. I couldn't be more excited to have a face-to-face conversation with H.A. Goodman. It's going to be so exciting, man. I was like, the last week, since the election, and I was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have him on, man. It's probably not a good idea. He's not going to want to come on now because, there's so much shit up in the air. He was going to come on my show like this, like we won and it was a fucking red wave, man. And I told everybody, and now he's just going to be like, I didn't know. But as soon as he saw me in his chat today, he was like, Days Garden, hey man, you gonna have me on? I'm like, fuck yeah, bro. It's so good to see because that's the man that I tell people to watch. That's the man, and that's the true man right there. The one who, he doesn't let anything push him down. And yeah, man, you can hear it in his voice sometimes where he's not crazy about shit. But he's not going to let it stop him from being him, man. And he's resilient as fuck. And I love that about him. And I love his truth. What he believes is what's going on. And, I like he entertains the fuck out of me. We get high up in this bitch, says Chuckles. Late night, what? Late night with Chuckles, McGursky, McGranum, He blushes when you chat him, says Megsy. We're gonna smoke. We're gonna get high. We're gonna make some friends. Put a Santa hat on me. I got one. One of my viewers sent it. It's right there. Here, look. Oh, wait. There. It says Bah Humbug on it. It's on my head. You like that? I did that. Herr von Clausen. I did that just for you. Herr von Clausen! Herr von Clausen. Herr von Clausen, we shall be smoking pineapple, the express. Whew. It's getting old. I no tell no lie. I'm not going to say I got some fresh, dank bud right here when I open that thing up. It's getting old. But when you crunch it up, it smells like pineapples. That's true. Still has that. Yay! Are we happy? Are we smoking? Are we trendies? Are we gardeners? Are we H.A. Goodman fans? We're all getting along. We're smoking. We're smoking. We're smoking. We're standing up. It's all fun and games until the cops show up. Cyber style. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabisism, tisms for all. Don't set the man on fire. Do not set the man on fire. Do not set the man on fire. He's like Babe Ruth. Chaka's McGursky, McGreddle, Muggy. We get hype in this bitch. A bad and 420 Jown. Cheers. I do not know who you are, but you know me. A bad and 420? Are you like old school trying to... Ronnie Gilmore, you need to shut down and took off the air, and you need to find Jesus Christ, the Son of God. Ronnie Gilmore, Ronnie Gilmore, Ronnie Gilmore. I am a believer in Jesus Christ, for I am very Christian and Catholic and Jesus-y, and I go to the churches and the things where I celebrate the Jesus and the blood of Christ and the Bible, and I read it all the time. I have favorite verses and such. Ronnie Gilmore, bless you, my brother. What do Christians say to each other? I don't even know. Go with God, or Jesus loves you. Do as Jesus does. I don't even know. I guess they don't have a thing. I don't know. I'm lost. I'm confused. Isn't it great that H.A. Goodman has, 1,700 viewers and I have 20? Isn't that amazing? He's not even smoking cannabis on his live stream. I swear once I thought H.A. Goodman was high. I was like, see, he's high. Look, his eyes are bloodshot. And he's all slurring and he's all talking slow. Maybe he was drinking. Maybe he had some wine or something with dinner or something. And I thought he was high. I swear I thought he was high one time. So I convinced myself that H.A. Goodman used cannabis one time. Isn't that funny? Godspeed to you, brother. Godspeed. Bless your little cotton socks. Yeah, bless us, or I don't know what people say. That guy was just a phony. He wasn't a Jesus guy. He didn't really speak for Jesus and the Christians. And you know what? If he did, he would have stayed and tried to convert us into his religion, right? He didn't really do that. I guess he just left. Everybody's just leaving. Psst. Everybody just leaves. Nobody stays for my comedy. You don't stay for the Training Day comedy hour. Unreal. Psst. Unreal, pal. Will you guys share this in large groups for me on Facebook? I mean, I don't know how H.A. Goodman blows up YouTube like he does. I don't know his secret. But if you guys would, we could get some people here on Facebook if you guys share this in large groups on Facebook right now for me. I hate to see it drop under 20 viewers. Especially after I'm in H.A. Goodman's live stream. He says, Nay's Garden, I'm coming on your show. Everybody check out Nay's Garden. At the end of his show, I say, hey, everybody, I'm going live on my channel. Just search Nay's Garden on YouTube, and I'll pop up 1,700 people, and like 5 of you guys probably came over. And, hey, it's nothing against H.A. Goodman's audience. But even with a promotion like that, the 1,700 people that were just watching the guy, he's going to come over and get interviewed on my channel. Not even curious to come over and really check it out. Only 4 or 5 of you guys. It's so hard to get people to come to a podcast. When you don't have YouTube promoting you, you want to hear what I have to say? You want to hear my opinion? Holy shit. An H.A. Goodman supporter wants to hear my opinion? Okay, but Herr von Clausen, I'll tell you my opinion, but you're not going to like it. And just understand that I love H.A. Goodman and I'm a fan. I go there all the time. I throw him money all the time. I love him. And I don't throw him money to get him to come on my show. And, you know, that's evidence because of the people that I've already had on my show. I go to their podcasts and I still drop money on them all the time. And I don't just drop money on H.A. Goodman. I do it for Ron Placone. I do it for Jimmy Dore. I do it for Graham Elwood. I do it for Lee Camp. I do it for Eleanor Goldstein. Drop cash on Thunderfoot. Drop cash. I know I dropped cash on Thunderfoot. Oh, Enoch, thank you, man. Hell yeah. Thank you, Enoch. But hair, man, look. H.A. Goodman is 100% totally entitled to his opinion. I 100% totally disagree with him. I'm going to tell you why H.A. Goodman does such a great argument. It was the first night I watched H.A. in 8 months. Oh. H.A. Goodman was a Bernie Sanders supporter. That's why I was watching him. He says he doesn't understand why that there are that people are questioning that Trump won the election. He doesn't understand why people are questioning it because it's obvious. And then he goes and he starts laying down the evidence. You guys know how H.A. Goodman is. He's very thorough. And he starts giving you the evidence and he builds you a case like a lawyer does to explain to you why Donald Trump obviously won this election. This is what H.A. Goodman does. He's got, when he goes live, he has anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000 people watching him when he podcasts. And I'm one of the people that watches him. You know, I've been blocked on his live stream several times. In fact, I went in there tonight and I told the admins, I was like, you got some of my channels blocked. I can't super chat on some of them. But you know, I'd made the mistake of going in there and disagreeing with H.A. Goodman. I've learned really quick. You know, you can't do that. It's like Michael Malice. I tell you guys, check out Michael Malice, and what do I tell you? I say, don't fucking disagree with him. I said, don't fucking argue with Michael Malice. Don't disagree with him. He will block you. He won't even think about it. He's just going to fucking block you. H.A. Goodman, he leaves it up to his admins, you know, and his admins are pretty good. So, the proof that H.A. Goodman presents to his audience that Donald Trump won this election is very early voting came in. Early voting came in. The Democrats were being destroyed by the Republican early voting. On the day of the vote, on November 3rd, the Republicans were destroying. Where were the Democrats? He lays that down as a piece of evidence. It's true. So when you hear H.A. Goodman say, when the votes first started coming in, the Republicans were, Donald Trump was winning. He was winning everywhere. It was looking like it was going to be a fucking landslide victory at first. He said, and then they should have just stopped counting the votes, you know, but they didn't. They kept counting them. And that's when they started cheating. And that's when, you know, H.A. Goodman will start laying down instances of voter fraud. And he has actual instances that he can present to you. He'll name McIntyre, right? What is the guy's name? Michael McIntyre, something like that. Somebody who works in the post office. And he said that his supervisor told him and all of his employees, all of his coworkers, to backdate ballots that were coming in after the election. He also said that that Postal Service worker was also telling other Postal Service managers to tell their workers to do the same. That's an affidavit. H.A. Goodman presents the affidavit as evidence. That's another block in his wall, his preponderance of evidence that he produces for you. He produces a lot of evidence. H.A. Goodman doesn't stop there. He goes back and he talks about a case that happened just a few months ago in Pennsylvania, I believe, where a judge pled guilty to voter fraud and to going in and stuffing fucking ballots. And this motherfucker pled guilty. Yet another piece of evidence that Donald Trump won the election. I still love him. Can I love you? Yes. Yes. Yeah, I would love it if you love both of us equally. Look, I never tell my audience to not love H.A. Goodman. I request my audience to go and subscribe to him and watch him like I do. And I bring him on all the time. You go back through my shows and you can see lots of shows where I've got H.A. Goodman on. Right here. Sorry, I did a little Ron Placoning there. Right here, I'll have his video right here. We'll be watching H.A. Goodman. Getting very high watching H.A. Goodman. And, but that's not a slight at H.A. Goodman. We get very high on every show. It's not like, oh, we have to get very high to watch H.A. Goodman and laugh at him or anything like that. It's not like that. He's a fantastic debater. He is excellent with fact mining and fact checking. He you know, I got a little upset. I said he got something from the Enquirer, and I thought he was talking about the National Enquirer. And I was like, H.A. Goodman, you're sourcing shit out from the fucking National Enquirer. Where are you getting your source shit from, bro? No, he was getting it from it was the Pennsylvania Enquirer. It was like a local paper that was legit. And he called it the Enquirer, I believe. And once I found that out, I got such a kick out of that. So, he talks about this worker at the Postal Service, right? And he's got an affidavit. Now, what is an affidavit? An affidavit means that worker, under penalty of law, meaning he could be charged with perjury, he'd be fined, he could go to fucking jail, right? I'm just serious. How many of you would do 30 days in jail for Donald Trump? Hit number one. If you're that loyal of a Trump supporter, and it's okay if you are, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Jinmin or some of my other friends in here would hit number one right now and say, yeah, I'd do 30 days in jail for Donald Trump to keep him out of jail. I would do it. I would take the 30 days for him. Would anybody do that for Donald Trump? He's an old man. What is he, 70 something years old? Right? Would you do that just for the fact that he's an old man? Just the fact that he's a fellow human being and he's old? How many of you, press number one if you would do 30 days in jail for Donald Trump? So he didn't have to. $500 fine, 30 days in jail. Jinmin's like, okay, Herr von Clausen, thank you. Herr von Clausen would do it. That means, check this out. There's plenty of people out there who would fill out an affidavit, which is very hard to prove that it's false. They're going to have to depose all the people that this person is claiming participated in that and get them all to come to court and testify that that person or you would fill out an affidavit at the risk of, having to deal with whatever recourse the court has against you for filing a false affidavit. You love Donald Trump. You would take 30 days in jail for Donald Trump, right? So maybe that postal worker would too. But hey, it's an affidavit. And according to H.A. Goodman, it's evidence. And it is evidence in some courts. In other courts, an affidavit doesn't stand as evidence. It only stands as mere hearsay. H.A. Goodman would be really good in researching if the court that he's talking about accepts affidavits as hearsay or actual evidence before he tells people it's evidence. Because it could be one or the other. And in my opinion, no affidavit is evidence. Evidence to me is only factual based, not from what somebody told you, not from what somebody claims they saw. That would mean Jesus Christ lived on the word of one man, Paul. Okay, then Jesus existed. Paul said so. Really? Is Paul the only account of Jesus Christ's existence via telephone, via the fact that he claims he spoke to people who spoke to Jesus? That's Paul's story. I spoke to the people who spoke to Jesus. That's kind of like an affidavit too, though, isn't it? Were those people deposed? The people? No, they weren't alive. They weren't around to defend that claim that Paul made. But Matt Dillahunty takes that affidavit as evidence that Jesus may have existed. Right? I disagree with Matt Dillahunty. I say Jesus never even existed. I say totally fictional. Peter Pan, Santa Claus, Jesus Christ, Moses. Jews didn't build the pyramids. Jews didn't cross the desert. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying here? So let's go over some of the other evidence that H.A. Goodman lays down in front of you that he claims proves that Donald Trump won the election. Okay. There is Project, he loves this one, Target Smart. Project Veritas, Target Smart, the polling. H.A. Goodman lays this down for you very clearly. He says Target Smart polled, they're very good poll, and they polled Donald Trump was going to do really well. Now, as well as Target Smart said that Donald Trump did, he beat their expectations. So H.A. Goodman says, and this is true, this is why H.A. Goodman is H.A. Goodman, and this is why he's great. Because he does lay this argument down. And if, I tell you what, if H.A. Goodman worked for the Trump administration, America that doesn't want Trump to be president would be in fucking trouble. Because he's on this shit. He's on all of it. Way more than anybody else is. I would ask H.A. Goodman, hey, H.A. Goodman, who would you put in Donald Trump's cabinet right now to try to get him to secure what's rightfully his, what H.A. Goodman says is rightfully Donald Trump's, the presidency back? Which H.A. Goodman is starting to falter on his language a little bit on that. I noticed tonight. He said, we're going to have to see what Biden's foreign policy is. Did anybody catch that? Press number 1 if you heard H.A. Goodman said, we're going to have to see what Biden's foreign policy is like. Did anybody hear him say that? I was like, oh, bro, man. Your audience is going to hear that. Don't talk like that. If you guys want to ask me if I support Biden, no. Did I vote for Biden? No. Do I fucking hate Biden? Yes. Do I have a ballot right here in my hand that I didn't use? Yes. Because proudly I did not participate in this election. And I'm proud of that fact. I did not vote. So you guys know where I'm coming from, okay? I've got a big problem with the left. So, what was my question, Herr von Clausen? Press number 1, if what? What did I ask? Was it something about was it something about what H.A. Goodman laid down about a fact about the polling? And then Donald Trump comes in and does better. And I stopped at that, didn't I? Right? Let's not forget these points that H.A. Goodman makes. What did I ask? Bro, what did I ask? I can't remember. I'm sitting here using cannabis. I'm going to smoke more, but I want to say this. Target Smart, H.A. Goodman. Target Smart predicted that Donald Trump would do well in the election. Donald Trump did better in the election than Target Smart or 538 or anybody else predicted. H.A. Goodman knows that, and he tells his audience that. It's true, and that's a fact. He lays this down as part of his preponderance of evidence that Donald Trump won the election. Just like that court case where the judge pleaded guilty, just like the affidavit that the postal worker has filed. You know, he brings up the voting machines, Dominion. Now those are owned. There is in that company. There's some big fucking Democrats that own Dominion, the voting machines. How many of the voting machines are Dominion, and how many votes were they responsible for? And was there any funny shit coming out of those machines? He lays that down as yet another. He lays that down as yet another brick in this wall of evidence that he's presenting to you. That's a lot of stuff. You know? And H.A. Goodman doesn't stop with that. There's more. There's more. When you listen to him, you can hear all of these points. They're all factual. He's not lying to his audience at that point. But when he says Donald Trump won this election, that's a lie. And I'll call it, and I'll call him on that. Not on the show. We're not. Hopefully, him and I aren't going to get into that, because I don't want to have him on and have a debate with him. I want to get to know him better because I love the guy, and I think he is amazing at what he does. You know, he works his ass off, man. He's a researcher and a reporter. He's a journalist, columnist. He's been fucking published all over the place. You know, he's I fell out of his, viewership for a few years. And when the Trump administration first started, he was wearing a MAGA hat, and he was being, I thought, over celebratory. And I didn't like where his stance was with Israel. I don't like where H.A. Goodman stands with Israel. You know, him and I disagree with that. He'll tell you he's Jewish, and I will tell you that I come from a Jewish family, okay? I was born Jewish, okay? My mom and my father, I was bar mitzvahed at 13. But when I was 11, I stopped believing in God. That carries through to today. But when I was 13, I went ahead and I did the bar mitzvah anyway. I was programmed for it, and I just fucking did it. And, then I walked away from Judaism after that. I never considered myself Jewish after that point. And H.A. Goodman does. In addition to that, he has an allegiance to Israel that I find it might have a few blind spots in it. you know? Whereas him and I are both Zionists. We both agree with the right for Israel to exist, right? He's willing to look away from what's going on between them and Palestine, and I'm not. And because of that, I can't support them, right? And when Donald Trump supported the movement of the capital from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, H.A. Goodman, to him, I think that was one of the keys to winning him over, for Trump winning him over. You know? What is he trying to say? Israel is 50-50. They do what's good for them. Right. And it's you know, he supports them blindly. And I don't. There's just, I've got problems with what's going on with Palestine. And so I didn't support the movement of that capital. Or them making such a big deal about doing that. Zionist, it is what it is. Yeah, well, you either support the right for them to exist or not. I mean, do you support the right for you to exist? Do you support the right for Palestine to exist? I do. So I support the right for Israel to exist too. But they need to be nice to their neighbors. They need to work it out. You know, and if they need someone to go out there and fucking get them to sit down and talk it out, and everybody fucking calm the fuck down and stop killing each other, send the fuck somebody out there and fucking do it, man, you know? But you can't fucking shoot children that are throwing rocks at you. You know? And if you feel the need to shoot a child that's throwing a rock at you, then you need to go the fuck home. Because if you go the fuck home, that child's not going to have anybody to throw a fucking rock at. But H.A. Goodman doesn't see it that way. You know, that's Israel defending themselves. That's the right of Israel. So, you know, we've got an issue on that. H.A. Goodman likes to say that Donald Trump has been a fantastic and a great president, the greatest president possibly in modern history. He's made a lot of claims about Donald Trump and the things that he's done, the things that he's signed into law. His handling of the Supreme Court. I disagree with what happened with the Supreme Court. So that's another point that we disagree on. I don't mind Donald Trump appointing people to the Supreme Court, but it would have been nice if he had found someone that was more on the left, that supported more his viewpoint, than putting someone that was more right, another right-winger on there, and throwing the balance off of the Supreme Court. It's not healthy for the Supreme Court to be off balance. It's not healthy for the country. Do I know who Ryan Dawson is? No, I'm sorry, I do not. I do not. Could you tell me? So we're all caught up with the chat. You know, I'll read every single one of your chats, guys. I love that H.A. Goodman does super chats, and that I go in there and I give him money on the super chat. But I want you guys to know you don't ever need to pay money for anything here for the show. And you don't need to do it for H.A. Goodman either. He, you know, when I started throwing 20s at him tonight, he was almost going to say, hey, bro, you don't need to do that just to talk to me. I could tell. He tried to say it. I don't know what H.A. Goodman's financial status is, but I want you to know that Donald Trump made me a millionaire. My audience already knows this. If you're coming in from H.A. Goodman, you're probably just went, whoa, this guy is everywhere. You're probably thinking, whoa, this guy is all over the place. That's where facts are, man. Facts are all over the place. and I follow the facts. And that's what you're going to find out about this show. I've always been like that, you know? And it's marketable. It is. It is marketable. Unfortunately, putting together a case like H.A. Goodman does for you is way more marketable, because you can take all of that information that he gave you and you can go on the internet, on Twitter and on Facebook, and you can argue those points with people. You can drop them like fucking, like little bombs of truth on people. And, you know, it's like they're not going to be able to argue with you. They're not going to be set up, and you know that. And H.A. Goodman puts you in that position. If you say everything that H.A. Goodman says, you're going to have a really good argument. And I will go with H.A. Goodman. We'll make a list of every single point that he makes when talking about his proof that Donald Trump won the election, and I'll go point for point with him down the whole list. And I've already done it. Because H.A. Goodman, the reason why I'm so up on all of those things is he's good at educating us on them on his channel. And he informs us about all that stuff. And I pay attention to what he says. And all the things that I mentioned. Geez, I don't know how many things I even said. It was almost like I had a prepared speech here for this. But I don't. I listen to him all the time. And these are the things he goes over repetitively. And that's okay. These are his points. And in going over them repetitively, he can hone them and make them sharper. He can make them deadlier. And make his points. And help you guys make those points too. How did Ryan Taylor, how did Donald Trump make me a millionaire? Donald Trump came in with some policies. He took money away from programs like, let me just give you a couple of examples. There was a program in China that the United States had set up where we monitored outbreaks of viruses. And we monitored them from China. We were in China. We were on the ground. We're watching the news, and we were able to communicate with the health officials there and know exactly what was going on with outbreaks. Donald Trump took that program back, took the money from that program, and gave tax breaks to the wealthy and the corporations. I own corporations. I'm a part owner in a giant corporation. And it's not through the stock market. It's a private corporation. So when he gave my corporation these massive tax breaks, my corporation started making an excess of money. Actually, more money than they needed. So they gave that money to their investors. And I keep that money. I hold on to that money. I don't give that money out to people. You know, Donald Trump, you'd like to think that someone nice like me, sweet like me, is going to give that money out, you know, and be philanthropic. You know, that's what taxes are for. That's what keeps us honest. I got a Roxer now, man. I put thousands and thousands of dollars into it. Ask my audience. I was looking at a $6,000 top for that motherfucker, putting AC and heat in it for another $1,000, I'm sure. Like it was nothing this morning. I was going to drop it. I was like, just to impress my audience a little bit, I'm just going to drop this. And I was like, I better not. That's a lot of money. You know, $6,000, $7,000. I better see where I'm at financially before I drop that kind of money. Well, guess what today was? Today was fucking payday. Literally. I don't even check the fucking numbers. I saw the checks came in. I didn't even count them up. So, Donald Trump, man, made me a millionaire. Literally. It's not a figure of speech. I am literally a millionaire now. So, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. I'm not going to sit here and only paint the bad picture of Donald Trump. You know, I know some people who only paint a good picture of Donald Trump. I won't mention any names. One of my favorite podcasters. Actually, you guys might be interested to know that I follow a lot of people on the right. And I tell my audience to follow them on the right too. You know, I don't go over and drop cash on them because I think that a lot of them are mean or rude people. H.A. Goodman's not. He's nice. He's a nice guy, man. I love him. I'd like to hang out with him. You know, I'd go shooting with him. You know, I'd talk cars, rock with them, you know, guns, fucking anything. Hey, man, I'm fucking down with the fucking second son. What, son? What? I'm down with the second. I'm down with H.A., bro. I'm telling you, man. We've actually, the beautiful thing about this show is I'm always looking for ways to come together with more people, to bring us together, because I've spent so much time doing the opposite. And I realized, you know, about a year ago or so, you know, I can't wait till I'm saying about 2 years ago. I realized about a year ago that I need to start being nice to people. And people like H.A. Goodman teach me that, you know? And there's people out there like Graham Elwood that you guys could learn from too. Totally opposite side. And remember, Graham Elwood and H.A. Goodman both come from Bernie Sanders. And so do I. And I walk away with a giant fucking knife sticking out of my back. And so does H.A. Goodman. You know, Graham Elwood a little bit too. Lee Camp a little bit too. And these are guys that I love and watch, and I've had them on my show. And you can go watch the interviews at my website, naysgarden.com. Go watch. Who's that? Who's going live at fucking 12? Is H.A. Goodman dropping shit? What's going on here? China congratulates Joe. Oh, China congratulates Joe Biden. This is on the AP, guys. Being elected U.S. president, saying, we respect the choice of the American people. You guys realize that what that means. H.A. Goodman's going to have to report on this, because that's one of the other things that he talks about. One of the other, in his preponderance of evidence, he says certain world leaders have not recognized. He was talking about it tonight. You guys know what I'm talking about. Certain world leaders have not recognized Joe Biden as president. They still recognize Donald Trump as president. He started naming the leaders, and they were like dictators and shit. He's like, Putin doesn't, and Kim Jong-un, and he starts naming, and I'm laughing. He goes, oh, but the leader of Canada does, and the leader of France accepts, you know, Joe Biden, and the leader of Canada, of course, does, and you know, he starts naming all of the democratic countries. I'm like, H.A., you're not making a good point right now, bro. I mean, I think if the show was H.A. Goodman and Trendy Nay side by side, you guys would get a much broader perspective than what H.A. Goodman offers on his own. I would love to see H.A. Goodman go there just on his own, without me, just on his own. Bring it into the mix, bro. What did Donald Trump do? Something horrible and embarrassing and fucking undefensible? Talk about it to your audience. It happened. It's factual, man. It's part of the reality that we all live in. You know, don't exclude things that disagree with your narrative, because that's what makes it a fucking narrative. That's what makes it a fucking narrative. Beazle. Right? This way I don't have a narrative, man. I'm just telling you what's real and what's not real. And, you know, I could bore my audience. We could talk about H.A. all night. but we don't have to. I love the man, and I'm not here to bash him at all. Because I know where this is going, and I'll tell you right now, Joe Biden won the election, Donald Trump lost. You can find, and what I hate is that H.A. Goodman is spending so much energy on this, and so many other people are spending so much energy on this. I hate to see him wasting energy on it. Okay? He's pumping people up for no reason. He's getting his base whipped up, and it's not healthy for everybody. So, I know where this is going. Joe Biden's going to become the president January 21st, okay? And he's going to become very powerful. With that presidency, he will be able to defend the presidency as president of the United States. Donald Trump will lose the presidency. He'll walk out on the 20th, the 21st of January. He'll walk out of that Oval Office. He'll walk out of the White House, and he will lose power. He won't have the resources that he had the day before. Okay? That, in addition to 5.1 million American votes. H.A. Goodman and everybody else, you can spend as much time as you want with your anecdotals, with your affidavits, with your dominions, with your 6,000 votes there, 10,000 votes there, 100,000 votes there, 350,000 votes there. If you're not gonna be able to reverse a single state, you're not going to take him in the overall popular vote. It's lose. And where we're going is H.A. Goodman is going to just keep grinding forward. He's going to keep pushing that. Well, Donald Trump won this. We all know it. He's just going to ignore Joe Biden as president of the United States. And he's going to be in this state of powerlessness, and if he would start accepting it now, he could get out of it now, and we could start fighting Joe Biden, which is what we got to do. What about the dead person vote, right? Add that, a Biden 420 June. Add the dead person votes. Michael Jordan's father voted 5 times. Add that. It's not going to equal 5.1 million votes of Biden 420. It will never equal 5.1 million votes. Say the number to yourself. Say the number out loud. Say it. Say 5.1 million. Say 5,100,000. I think it's even more. H.A. Goodman says 71 million Americans won't allow this election to be stolen from them. But he doesn't say 76.1 million Americans ain't having it either. And they ain't. Hey, man, it's not me. Just so you guys know, it's not me. I didn't vote. It's not me. I wasn't one of those voters. He doesn't need the popular vote. No, he doesn't need the popular vote. But they're not, because of the popular vote, they're not going to be able to change the state votes, Liz. There's too many votes in each state putting him over. They're recounting Georgia. Let's see what happens, But Liz, you're in denial, like H.A. Goodman is in denial. I don't know if you guys realize this, but Joe Biden is now President-elect Joe Biden. I mean, it's like I can't think of a slower way, but it's like you're watching in slow motion and your favorite football team, I've used this one before, fumbles the ball, right? They were just about to score a touchdown, but the biggest guy on the other team grabs the ball and is running it back. The clock is running out. And he fucking crosses over that end zone. and you're watching it, and you're like, but 3 seconds ago you were still winning. 3 seconds ago you were still winning. Sports should teach H.A. Goodman how to lose. You got to learn how to lose, man. When the other team has more points, you lose. And Liz and who was it? The other guy that brought up the other point. What about the dead person votes? Good points. H.A. Goodman brings that up. Good points. Won't ever equal 5.1 million votes. And no, he isn't. He has not been given the votes for Arizona or any of the other 5 states in question. Yeah, Liz, I don't know where you get your news from, but yeah, he has. Joe Biden has been given the votes. It's official. He's officially won the election. I mean, I could bring up the pictures and show you the sources. You know, you want the AP, you want Google, you want you do Google, you want to Google it? You know, do you trust Google? You could do Yahoo News. You could do CNN. I know you probably got a big problem with CNN, but CNN does some of the best election coverage out of all the other coverage. Right. Recount audit will show the discrepancy. And then Steve Running says not 5.1 million. We will see, I guess. Hervon Clausen. And I understand. And listen, you guys, don't argue. Don't argue. It's okay. You guys, H.A. Goodman, and you all have every right to believe what you want to believe. But I'm going to throw the facts at you, man. You know. Technically, no states have been certified yet, but chances are Joe wins. It's official. He's President-elect Joe Biden. That's all I'm saying. You personally liked it when you watched that the votes dwindle 10,000 at a time. That's mail-in voting, Liz, of course. And H.A. Goodman mentions mail-in voting. He says more Democrats voted 80% in favor of Biden than Donald Trump with mail-in voting in a lot of states. A lot of areas in those states. That explains it, doesn't it? It's why the preponderance of Biden votes at 11 after 11 p.m. when they start counting the mail-in votes. Nothing is official. That's a fact. Nothing is certified. That's a fact. The election's over, guys. We've already had the election. I don't understand. What's certified? What do you mean certified? What does that mean? Nothing is official. What does that mean? What does that mean? No states have been certified. What does that mean? What do you mean certified? What are you guys talking about? What is certification? Do you guys remember Hillary Clinton lost 5 days after the fucking election, 2016? She had the ball sack enough, right? Hillary Clinton to say, Donald Trump, you won. Congratulations. What is this? How many days now? How many days is this? Like half a month now? What do you mean when this is over? What are you guys talking about? You're see, this is the thing. You guys are in like this false reality. You guys lost the election. Do you not? Are you so against the news that you won't watch the news at all? Like you have no source of news. Your only source of news is like H.A. Goodman. It's in December when the states put it in. Each state certifies the vote count. They have till November 20th to certify. But You think that the certification numbers are going to change from 5.1 million votes, guys? Really? Do you guys realize that there's literally, they reported that this was one of the most honest elections ever of all presidential elections in modern history? Do you guys realize that? Do you guys know about that? Do you know that all of the Republican states that have election generals, those election generals have come forward and said, we've had no reports of voter fraud. This has been a very clean election. You guys know that, right? Or does H.A. Goodman not cover that on his show? No, I don't get my news off the TV. I get it off the internet. There's a whole bunch of sources. I mean, do you ever go to AP? Do you use the AP, Associated Press? Does H.A. Goodman ever quote Reuters? You ever heard of Reuters? You know? You ever quote Reuters? I mean, does he ever quote AP, Associated Press? Because that's where I get my news from, places like that. I've got them. I've literally got the apps on my phone. Wherever my phone is right now, I don't know. Oh, right here. Look. Associated Press. Top stories, breaking news. From the AP, China congratulates Joe Biden on being elected U.S. president, saying we respect the choice of the American people. It's too bad you don't, Liz. You don't respect the choice. China respects the American vote before you do. Think about that. God, think about that. How does that make you feel? China. They accept the results of the election. And you don't. And you're an American? Isn't that crazy? Look at this. I don't think you guys are going to like this. Look at that. What's it say? This is the Associated Press. Trump stewing over election loss, silent as virus surges. That's the AP. Top stories from the AP, from the Associated Press. So, Reuters sucks. There's no A in Reuters, but okay. If they hadn't been bitching for 4 years about Trump, I'd take them more seriously. Are you kidding me? Everybody was bitching about Trump. Even Fox News was bitching about Trump. Or have you not been paying attention? Everyone's been bitching about Trump. Even late night news and late night comedy shows, all the comedy hosts have been bitching about Trump for 4 years. So everybody sucks. It's so funny. Everybody who bitches about Trump sucks. Why? Because he was our president? Was that sacred because he was our president? How dare you not support our president? Okay, so you're going to support President-elect Joe Biden, right? It's the American process, right? He's president-elect, right? You guys got to think about your hypocrisy when you come into this live stream. Seriously. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I don't want to do it, but if you're going to sit here and bring up things, I'm going to respond to them, definitely. We're going to talk about it. You know, if you want to bring it up, we'll talk. I was going to try to grab my bong and smoke with you guys and have some fun. 73 million American are full of shit. 73, is that what it is, 73? 73, last I checked, didn't beat 73. Wait, what did you say in 73? Hold on. Let me see. Let me just type this into Google really quick. I mean, I can get it from Politico. I can get it from ABC News. I can get it from YouTube Fun Facts. I can get it from BBC.com. Are any of these legit news sources for y'all? Where do you want me to get it from? Let's get it from, let's do ABC News. Live map. Let's see what comes up. All right, let's hit it. Aren't we debating? No, we're not debating. There's nothing to debate. You guys lost this fucking election. I mean, you're just having a hard time admitting it. That's all. There's no debate. We're not debating. That's the problem, you know? I'm not having H.A. Goodman on to debate this. Okay, you said 73 million. Okay, yeah, it's 72.6 to 77.9. So let's give you, I'll just say 73 to 78. That's 5 fucking million, hun. All right, I mean, I can show it to you so you can see it. Here, I'll show it to you so you can see it. All right, you can see the numbers. I just pulled one up, random. There's a whole bunch of them, though. You can pull this information up anywhere. 290 to 217. That is a wide, wide, wide gulf to cross. You're not crossing it, you know, it's over. And I just don't understand why it's so hard for you guys. And I'll even put the ABC News logo on there. ABC News. There you go. It's ABC. It's legit. 290, 217. All right, there it is. You see that? There is no way Donald Trump won this election. I mean, you can say Donald Trump won the election, but he did not. The numbers, you know, there's an old saying, Socrates, I believe it was, the numbers don't lie, bitch. I'm not calling you a bitch, Liz, just so you know. I was making a joke. All right, let's get stoned. Okay, bye. Go get stoned. What? Okay, bye. Okay. Wow, that was rude. You don't understand Electoral College? Hun, there's the Electoral College. You see it? Do you see it right there? It's right there. 290 to 217. Do you see the 217 next to your lovely Donald Trump smiling face? Okay, I'll point to it. 217. There's your electoral votes. Okay. 290. Joe Biden has got the blue check. That means he won the election. Okay. You see the blue bar? You ever play video games? See how the blue bar is bigger than the red bar? That's ABC News. You can get this off of any other news source. Find me a news source that is showing this differently. That's a legitimate news source. You know, not OAAA or fucking Newsmax. You know, I wonder what Fox News is saying. Have you checked Fox News? How about Fox News? What do you think of Fox News? Do you like Fox News? You want to find out what they said? Right. There's nothing to debate. So leave, Liz. Quit being like that. Just leave. You don't have to say bye to leave a podcast. It's so rude. You're fucking literally being rude. In fact, Liz, I'm just going to block you because you're fucking rude. You're not like H.A. Goodman. I like him because he's nice. But you're just rude. All right. Cyberstyle, no law regarding cannabis. Cannabis isn't just for all. Cheers, everybody. There's nothing to debate here, guys. Don't come here to try to debate me on facts. Please. You have to certify the states. Okay, well, there's your numbers. They're going to certify those numbers. What, are they going to certify different numbers? Oh, yeah, I'm Tucker Carlson. I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to certify different numbers than the numbers they counted. That's how they do it. They pick different numbers and they certify those numbers, not the ones they reported in for the fucking election. Yeah, that's going to change a lot. Like I said, I'm not here to debate. I mean, we just talk about facts here. This is the news. That's what the world is going with. Okay? H.A. Goodman's world isn't going with that, and I understand that. That's why I invited you guys here so you guys could get exposed to it a little bit, because I don't want y'all, so many of you guys, to be shocked when Donald Trump officially walks out January 20th, tells y'all to go fuck yourselves, because that's what he's going to do. He's not going to give a fuck about y'all. He's not going to be in a position to do anything for you guys either. He's going to walk away and he's literally doing theater for you guys right now. He's doing theater. He's told one of his aides, he's doing theater for you, so you don't feel left like, oh, you lost. And he's giving you something to hold on to, and it's sad. You guys really fucking need it. You really fucking need it. You know? Gladly pull up any news source you want to provide that's a legitimate news source. You tell me who, and I'll pull it up, and we'll research on their website what the status of the election is. Look at Joe's administration. I don't give a fuck about Joe's administration. That's not a point. It has nothing to do. He's not president of the United States yet. He's president-elect. He doesn't have any power yet. Why am I looking at Joe's administration? Why? Why? So I can join your lie? So I can join you in your lie? Bro, I can fight Joe Biden without lying to myself about Donald Trump. Trust me, bro. I can be just as vicious about Joe Biden, and I don't need to look at his admin. I already know that he's a fucking little bitch. Like I said, bro, I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for Joe Biden. What do I think? I think it's a great idea to go pay Iran the fucking money that we goddamn took from them, that we stole from them. We need to rejoin that deal. That's their money. You know? And they'll stop trying to fucking create nukes. Because let me tell you something, man. Donald Trump sent missiles over there. And if them motherfuckers got nukes, and they want to nuke something American, they're going to fucking do it, man. You know, we're better off giving them their money back and having them not fuck with nukes. It's a good deal. You know, it's their money. Anything else you want to ask me? I got plenty. I'll answer your questions all night. I got no problem. Right. President-elect Joe Biden. That's correct. That is the correct title. President-elect Joe Biden. It sucks. But you need to hear it because you need to start accepting it. And you not accepting it and not listening to other news and not paying attention to what's going on out there and getting involved in Q and shit like that, it's not healthy for you, man. Drugs make everything confusing. I don't know. I think it might depend on the drugs you're using, bro. You know, some people benefit from the use of drugs, certain drugs at least. I benefit myself from cannabis. I don't think Biden can last till he walks in the goddamn Oval Office, Kevin. I don't think he's got weeks left, bro. He's an old, decrepit, fucking stupid old man. He does dumb shit. He runs up to the podium. He jogs up to the podium like he's got to prove a point. He's an idiot. He's going to trip. He's going to fall on his face. He's going to break his hip. He's going to get an infection, and he's going to fucking die. And I'm going to laugh, and I'm going to laugh, and I'm going to laugh. Oh, laugh my ass off when that shit happens. And I'll be like, see? I fucking told you that shit was going to happen. He had to go jogging on some goddamn ramp. You know? He had to go running down some fucking stairs. It's probably gonna take a year or two, but the sooner we accept it, the faster we can move on. Joe ain't got fucking 2 months left in his old ass. Let alone goddamn 8 years. That guy's fucking dying right in front of us. If you guys can't see the mental decline, you know, this whole presidency is going to have to be a sham. They're going to have to hide him like they hid him from the election. Yeah, they're just going to spend a lot of time behind the scenes working on stuff. Behind closed doors in smoke-filled rooms. He's going to be in a goddamn hospital bed fucking dementia-ing. And they're not going to be telling us about it. Fucking Kamala Harris is going to be the one out there representing. Yep. Kevin says she's going to... Nancy's going to fucking 5150 his ass. Fuck yeah. Fucking Baker Act that motherfucker. Where's Chuckles at? Chuckles got fucking Baker acted. Chuckles is crazy. He's huge and he's crazy. Just so you guys know, look. He's probably not here right now, so it's safe to say. Don't ever fuck with Chuckles. Okay? I know he comes in here, we sing songs, it's fun and games, shit like that. But just so you guys know, don't ever fucking think you can talk shit to him or anything. Just so you guys know. He's a big, scary, crazy motherfucker in person, and he's really good on the internet too. He's like a whole goddamn battalion of fucking badass. Just so you guys know, I don't think he's here right now. You hear me singing about him and shit like that, and know it's all fun and games and shit. Just so you guys know, don't ever talk back to him. Don't ever piss him off. He'll laugh it off and shit, blah, blah, blah. Don't be surprised if your computer crashes the next day. And that will probably mean that he knows exactly where you live, and you don't want Chuckles to know where you live. I try to move around, but he always finds me. Chuckles McGursky, McGriddle McGee. Chuckles. No, don't say that to Chuckles, bro. Don't tempt him. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Oh, just don't do it. I warned you. That's for all the people that are in here all the time that know him, you know, because he's a really nice guy. He's super cool. Really nice. I've known him I've known him in person for years and years. You know, you guys know who Rob Mulligan is? Rob Mulligan introduced me to Chuckles. And him and Rob were friends years before I met either of them. And Chuckles, Chuckles is really cool, man, in person. He's a good guy. He like needs to be breaking people and getting paid for it to be happy. Like he's a bouncer in clubs and shit like that. You know, it's like that's his thing. It's like he wants people to fuck with him. He wants people to hit him. He loves mosh pits. No, I don't know. I don't know who that is. What congressional bills have you co-authored? I'm curious. Ryan, it's 4 bills for Congress. It's the first one was no law regarding cannabis. It wasn't the first one. The first one I ever did. I can't remember the order I did it. Was a bill to end police brutality. A bill for corporate reciprocation in lawsuits. And a bill for it's on my Twitter, man. Here, wait, I think I have them here on my desktop. Let me see if they're here. No. Damn. Oh, wait. No. Would it be on that? No. Damn it. I guess I could see. I can't use my search. But oh, I just found them. Here we go. No law regarding cannabis. Proposal for reciprocal business equality. Proposition to end police brutality. Proposition to sue corporations. That's it. Let's be friends. Vaughn, here, Vaughn, don't click on the red dot on your screen. It's nothing. Off to bed, have a good night. Nay. No, Chuckles isn't here right now. I was hoping he was. Because I wanted to talk about the old days with Chuckles. But he wasn't around, man, and I was very sad. I was saddened by all of this. All right, yeah, you guys, let me tell you about my friend Ron Placone. He's a stand-up comic and writer for the Jimmy Dore Show. He's a great guy. His webpage is ronplacone.com. His comic strip is lucyandron.com. You can go read it for free. It's hilarious. Really well-written comic strip if you're into that. And his YouTube channel is Ron Placone. Get your news on with Ron by tweeting your news articles, legit news articles preferably, at Ron Placone on Twitter. And he'll read them on his podcast. He's also on Facebook and Instagram at Ron Placone. He's a friend of the show. He supports Triage Oil. He supports cannabis. It helps him with his pain. And he talks about it at the beginning of every single one of his podcasts. So go check out Ron Placone, man. He's great. Thank you guys for watching the show. I will leave you with this shot of the Beazle. As he's Beazles on the bed. And I want to welcome all the new H.A. Goodman audience members that came in tonight. And remember, I'm not here to fight with you, argue with you, but I will answer your questions, and I will give you the straight responses, and we will talk about things that H.A. Goodman won't talk about on his show, guaranteed. Guaranteed. And I won't hesitate when somebody asks me who the better version of Van Halen was. I know it was the David Lee Roth version. I'm not going to hesitate. We're going to have H.A. Goodman on next week. Oh my God, what? It's going to be next Wednesday or Thursday. I'm going to email him and we'll get that taken care of. All right. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.